Hello. Hello, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to a brand new video. For those who don't know me, my name is Amelia and I upload all kinds of book content, and if you're not new here then welcome back. Oh my god, I feel like it's taking me like ages to do this intro. I can't just get comfortable. I am doing this quite early in the morning, but I've got a busy day and today's the only day I can film this, so you're going to have to deal with whatever you get from me today. But if you haven't gathered by the title, we are doing our October wrap-up and our November TBR. Tell me how we are heading into November. I think I say this every month, but like seriously, how? We've got 2 months before we're in the end of the year, and then we're going to be in January, which is my 30th birthday. Yeah. It is the end of October. When I'm filming this, it's the 26th of October. We've still got a few days, and I might even finish another book within that time. However, we're just going to go with what I've read so far. And in the month of October, we've read 9 books, which is 2 off what we did in September. We did 11 books in September, which was like probably my best reading month this whole year. So yeah, but 9 is not too bad considering. And to be fair, I don't really measure how many books I read in a month thinking, oh my god, it's great. But what is good is I have actually hit my yearly target, which was 60 books. I hit 60 books this year. I've already read 60 books. I'm now on 65 actually, so I would love a round of applause here, thank you. I'm just really happy that I've done that. So let's just get on with talking about the books I've read. Actually, quite a few of them I haven't got physically. Some of them were audiobooks and some of them were not. Some of them were Kindle books and some of them were just physical books. So we're just going to talk about them in the order I read them, because I've written them down in the order I've read them. So the first book we read was Zodiac Academy Season 5. No, Zodiac Academy 5, the 5th book, Cursed Fates. This one was interesting, considering what happened at the end of the 4th book. I don't want to talk too much about it because I don't want to spoil any of it for people, because obviously it's the 5th book in the series. But I remember going into it going, oh my god, what could happen here? Oh, it was so good. I really enjoyed this book. I really enjoyed what happened in this book, specifically with Darius and Tori. I feel like we made developments in their relationship and I just loved it. There was so much that happened. It was just such a good book. I gave it a 4.75. I really enjoyed it. I then read this book. I got given as an ARC. It is now out. It came out on the 14th of October, but when I read it, I got sent it as an ARC by the author Riley Winters, and I am so glad I read it. I actually read it in a different order because she had a book before this one that I did end up reading after this book, but I started the opposite way around. But absolutely loved it. So this book I read was Faking It in Manhattan by Riley Winters. This book, it just is so good. It follows Scarlett and Blake, and they live in New York City, and she had a one night stand basically with Blake, and then he kind of just ditched her, I guess, walked out, and so ever since then she just didn't like him. It didn't help, she's also divorced from divorce just broke up. I think she's divorced from a relationship that marriage didn't exactly end well. And you following Blake and Scarlett, like basically faking it, basically fake relationships, fake relationship vibes with someone you don't like. It was so good. It was like, I loved the banter. There was so much banter in this book. I can't tell you. It made me smile, made me laugh all the way through. I was kicking my feet giggling. I was enjoying it so much. It literally is one of those books that I just wish I want to reread so bad, and I'm so grateful that I got the ARC. I got to read it before everyone else did. I don't know, it was one of those things that reading an ARC book of something that is so good, I did love this book, and I'm really happy I picked it up, and I cannot wait for the next one. That is the 3rd book that's going to come out at some point, because the character who it's about, I really can't wait to see her story, considering how the book ended. I really enjoyed it. I gave it a 5 stars. I genuinely I felt it was 5 stars in the beginning, and it gave me 5-star feels the whole way through. So then we're moving on to the 3rd book I read, which was The New York Charm by Riley Winters. This is the 1st book in that series. I forgot what the series is called, but I literally read this book. Not literally, I was trying to read a different book before, but I couldn't. All I could think about was the series, so I picked this book up. This follows. Oh my god, who does this one follow? Okay, the series is called The Uptown Love, and this one follows. The first one follows Parker and Dylan. And they are literally exes, so it's kind of like second chance romance. And it was so good. I loved it. I read it in a space of 8 hours because I was doing it originally for a 24-hour reading vlog that I just ended up putting a pin in and stopping at that point because I was getting ill. But I read it and I gave it a 4.5 stars. It wasn't as good as Faking It in Manhattan, but it was the author's debut novel. And for a debut novel, I thought it was written really well and I loved it. And I honestly want to read the whole thing again. So you can bet when I know the third one is coming out, I will be reading the first two again and then reading the third one straight after, because it was just so they're both so easy to read, and what I'm about to say ties in for both of them. It felt like watching my favourite rom-com in New York, like my favourite New York rom-coms. Like, I don't know, thinking about it, like maybe not just in New York, but just in general, like 27 Dresses. I'll have all the rom-coms going out of my head now that I'm thinking about them. Like 27 Dresses, Legally Blonde, rom-com, probably not Legally Blonde, but I can't think of rom-coms, but I love rom-coms. But all the rom-coms I used to grow up watching, like, that's what it was reminding me of. And I was like, yes, Something Borrowed, something like that. All those cute little rom-coms that you put on and, like, you enjoy. Yeah, like to have a laugh with when you're having like your girls over, you just want to watch something fun. Like when I think of rom-coms, I think of like school sleepovers I used to have with my friends. We just watch we'd watch rom-coms and love it. So I used to go through either me and my friend would either do rom-com evening or we would do a like Twilight evening. It was one or the other, but yes, these books were giving me that feel, and I was like, I feel like in my favourite rom-com right now, I can see this as a movie and I would love for these to become a movie. So if they ever get picked up as a movie, I'd love it, but who knows. Then listened to the next Zodiac Academy book, Zodiac Academy 6, which was Fated Throne. Oh, this book was drama. There was so much drama that happened in this book. There was so much that happened. I was like, oh. I felt so bad for like, every character in this book. And by the end of the book, I'm not ready for the rest of the series now because, like, no. It was good. It wasn't as good as the last two books I read, like the fourth and the fifth one. I really enjoyed the fourth and fifth one. I think they had a bit of a different vibe. This one was a bit more... It was kind of giving me, like, Tori was kind of giving me, like, Elena when she turned her humanity off in Vampire Diaries. Like, if you watch the Vampire Diaries and see season 4 when Elena, like, turns her humanity off... That's kind of what I was feeling for, like, Tori in this book because of what happened. But I won't say much more than that because I don't want to, like, ruin it. And don't worry, Tori's not a vampire. It's just... Yeah, but yeah, like I said, I gave it a 4-star. I enjoyed it. I feel like this video is me repeating a lot of things, but I really enjoyed this book. And I cannot wait to actually get into Heart of the Sky a bit more. I think I'm about 30% of the way through. So that's quite a bit, considering how long the book is. I think it's like 1,000 pages. I might be wrong. It's going to take me a while to get through. I mean, audiobook I have it on 2 times speed, so it gets me through it a little bit faster, but take a bit of time. Now, for the first physical book I can show you, I then listened to the audiobook for Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. It was after that one where I was like, I need an audiobook, but I'm not in the mood for Zodiac Academy. So, what book should I get? Should I listen to? And Spotify had this on it, and so I was like, yes, you know what? We're going to do it. So I listened to Time of Your Life by Jessa Hastings. This is separate to her Magnolia Park series, separate to Conditions of Will, separate to Never, which I've still not read. I want to read, but at some point. This book follows Joa and Isolde. Joa is a rock star, I guess you could say, and Isolde is a model, and it's kind of like giving 90s vibes. They're in pubs, clubs, where they meet, and it's kind of like, it's very insta love. Like, they literally are like together from like the get-go, basically, and they both have trust issues in their own ways. Probably the best way I can describe it. I enjoyed it. Like, I did enjoy it, but it kind of... Joa and Isolde's relationship gave me BJ and Magnolia's relationship, but just, like, not as developed. Because, obviously, Magnolia and BJ were developed from, like, a young age, and in those books, you see them the way they are. After the breakup, you hear about them, their past. You are seeing them get together be together and then basically kind of like end. And then there's going to be a second book, so it kind of left on I wouldn't say a cliffhanger, but it left to the point where you know there could be another book. I enjoyed it, and like I am intrigued to see what the next part of this series is going to be like. Not my favourite book of Jessa's. I think this is probably my least favourite Jessa Hastings book, which kind of makes me sad because I love Jessa Hastings' writing, but I just think it felt kind of samey. Like the characters kind of felt the same, and their storyline felt not the same, but like what happened and why they ended felt the same as Magnolia and BJ, and Joey's attitude was worse than BJ's for sure, but felt like it was watching the same thing. And yeah, so I gave it a 3.75. There was parts of this book that I did actually really enjoy parts of this book, but there was also, I just didn't love it as much as I've loved like Magnolia Park series or Conditions of Will. I feel like this wasn't her best work. I feel like, yeah, she maybe got this out a bit too soon. I then read probably a book that I never expected to love, and a book that I was so scared to pick up because, oh, I keep touching my mic, sorry. A book I never expected to love as much as I did because, I don't know, but I kept seeing Ellen Catherine talk about this book because she loves it so much, and then I was like trying to figure out which book to pick up. I saw Emmy and Laura also talk about this book, and I was like, okay, I have to. And it's my first ever V.E. Schwab book, and it was Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil by V.E. Schwab. This book, I did not know what to think of. I actually tabbed it, which I haven't tabbed and annotated a book for so long, because I just haven't. And then I was like, you know what, I feel like I'm going to want to tab this one, so I did. And I really, really enjoyed it. It wasn't my favourite read of the year. Like, it didn't give me 5-star feels. But I really enjoyed this book. Like, everything about it, the way it rounded out together, like the story rounded out, I was like, yes. So this book follows 3 characters. I don't know if I should say names, don't know how much it spoils, but there's 3 girls, and it is basically toxic lesbian vampires, and it's so good because you kind of follow each of these characters and how they get turned, and then when they get turned, what happens. And one of them feels like much more present, the other ones are like more like different times. And I really, really enjoyed this book. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like I said, toxic lesbian vampires, did not know how to feel about it. I love vampires. I love everything about vampires, to be honest, but I was like, I'm not sure how I'm going to feel about this, but I actually loved it. Loved it. I feel like I needed this. It was a point where I was like, I'm getting in a slump of romance. I need something that's not a romance book. Bring in this book, and oh my god, I gave it a 4.5 stars. It was so good, and I don't know why I didn't rate it 5, it just didn't give me 5-star feels, but I really, really enjoyed this book, and I could not recommend it to anyone else more. I think you need to pick this book up. If you're not sure what to read, and you're not sure if you want to read it, take this as your sign. It is so good. I literally loved it. I loved all of the characters in their own way, in their own toxic glory. I loved all the characters, and I loved getting to know their story, and I loved annotating this book, and I am so happy I did. The next book I picked up was another Kindle book. Well, it was not Kindle Unlimited, but I bought it for 99p on my Kindle a while back, and it was First Time Caller by B.K. Borison. Now, I was scared to read this one because I read Love Like Farms a few years back for Christmas, but I was in a bit of a reading slump at that point, so that was probably why I didn't enjoy it as much as I could have done. I then read Into the Weeds the other month, I think it was September, because I put it in a September wrap-up. And I actually enjoyed the audiobook for that book. I actually enjoyed their story. And I need to pick up Mixed Signals next soon. But I really enjoyed Into the Weeds. And then I was like, okay, you know what? I'm going to pick up First Time Caller. So as soon as I picked it up, I was obsessed. I will tell you this. If you're not sure what to do, I'm so glad I did it. Again, I listened to Ellen Catherine, and I had her recommendations. And actually, it was the Ellen Catherine Discord that voted for First Time Caller for me to read. And I loved it. I couldn't stop laughing. I was smiling. I literally loved every minute of this book. I loved the story. I follow Aidan and Lucy. Lucy is a single mother to a daughter called Maya. And Maya calls into Aidan's radio station, which is like Heartstrings. It's all about love. And she calls in to try and basically tell her mum's single, trying to set her mum up. And then the episode takes off because like Lucy then takes over the call. And then like the episode takes off, so so Ada's boss was like, we're going to bring Lucy in to work with you to try and find her dream man. And yeah, you follow that through, and then you see Aiden and Lucy like getting to know each other, and them just their chemistry is so good, and I loved every minute of this book. I know I said I forget names, but it doesn't mean I cannot stop thinking about it. I really enjoyed it, and I loved everything about it. So if you couldn't guess, it's getting a 5 stars. I gave it a 5 stars. I loved it. I want to read it again. I cannot wait for the next book to come out. And hearing Ellen Catherine's review on that book, because she got the arc, is making me so excited for when the book comes out, so I can physically read it and be like back in that world and hear and read their story, because I'm so excited. You have no idea. We're near the end of the wrap up, guys. I feel like this has been a lot of a ramble, so I do apologise if this makes no sense. The next book I read, but it is Out of the Woods by Hannah Bonham Young. I wanted to get this off my TBR before autumn was over, because it just feels like it's giving autumn vibes. I don't think the book felt as autumnal as I thought. I don't think it was going to be, but it's just, yeah. I am so glad I read this. I heard so many mixed reviews of this book that I was dreading going into it, because Out on a Limb is one of my favourite books. And I was like, oh, and it's one of the two side characters from that book. It's one of their story, and I was like, if this is bad, I'm not going to be happy. I loved it. I really enjoyed Sarah and Caleb's story. I felt like it was very authentic. I felt like it was very real. And I think I liked it because Sarah was struggling to think she had anything of her own. And because her husband makes a lot of money, he can just, especially at the beginning, there's a fundraiser, and she's trying to fundraise for the condition that her mum sadly passed away of, and it didn't make as much as she wanted to, and Caleb knew this, so Caleb just wrote a cheque, and she knew he did, and she was not happy about that, because it's just like, she wanted it to her thing, like whether she failed or didn't, she wanted it to be her thing. He was just trying to make her happy, and like, so she had that success story, but it wasn't what she wanted, because she's like, if we could have just written a cheque for it, we'd have done that without doing the fundraiser. As I was saying, Sarah had this fundraiser. She's like, if I wanted just to pay a cheque, I would have just done that rather than host a whole fundraiser and like put money out for that. Like, what was pointless spending so much money to do this fundraiser if then all they were going to do was write their own cheque. So she wasn't really happy. She realised there's so many things in her marriage that she loves Caleb. There was never a point of not loving him, but she also felt like she had nothing to show for herself. Like, she had not achieved anything herself. Like, he had his whole like business and what he was doing, but she was just kind of plodding along, had nothing to show for herself, and she wanted to be an author growing up, but she just never did anything. And yeah, but also what I loved about this book, so you saw her dynamic, and I felt it because I'm not 30 yet, but I'm nearly 30, and I felt like I could relate both to Sarah and Lucy not Lucy, but certain things in First Time Caller. There were certain things in First Time Caller that I felt like I related to, but that's the other book. This book, the one thing I felt like I could relate to Sarah was feeling like I've not really done anything with my life yet. And I know I'm only 29, before anyone comes in the comments and says, you're only 29, you've got a whole life to live. I know I've still got a whole life to live. And I know that like I've still got time to make it for myself and do things for myself. And I really like I do things for myself. But sometimes it's easy to get in your head thinking like, what have I actually got to show for what I've achieved? So that's just all I'm saying. Like I see where Sarah's coming from, and yeah, but you're following them when she started to realise that her marriage might be failing, and like you see Win, her best friend, who is the character in Out on a Limb, she suggests going to this like couples counselling camp, because Win can't go because they're sorting out her own camp, so they go to this couple counselling camp to try and work on their marriage. And I feel like the dynamic is really good, because you get in like, there's cute moments between Sarah and Caleb, there's honest moments that they probably would never have had if it wasn't for this. Like, he even opens up, he didn't want anything to change in their relationship, he was like happy with the way it was, but she's like, but it's very stagnant for her. So yeah, like you have some very honest conversations with the two of them, and I think it was really, really good and really well done. And we got flashback flashback chapters of when they met and them growing up, and then between what happened between Sarah and her mum, like her mum's illness and stuff. And it was very emotional. I did not expect to read this book and cry, but I did. So yeah, I gave this a 4 star 4 stars for this book. I thought it was really, really good and really well done, and I loved it. It was a good follow-up from Out on a Limb. Didn't quite hit the same as Out on a Limb did for me, but this did hit in a good way. So I really enjoyed it and I loved it. So yeah. And it moves me on to the book that I am technically currently still reading, but I've got like 16% left to go. Not long, really not long, and I know I'm going to finish it today at some point. And it is a reread that is coming up also in Bookmas, and it is a reread of Out on the Limb. So obviously I just finished spoke to you about Out of the Woods. I picked this book up because I loved this book when I first read it last year, and I honestly was like obsessed. And then I was like, I really want to read it again. So I waited a year and was like, you know what? Now's the time. I'm doing a reread video for Bookmas. Surprise, surprise. This is the first book I'm rereading, and I love the story. It is still the same feeling. I'm still 5-star feelings for this book, and I've read it a second time. This book can hold a trophy for staying as a 5-star read for me. I loved everything about this. I still love everything about this. You're following Win and Bo, who meet at Sarah and Caleb's Halloween party. They hook up, have a one-night stand. That's all it's meant to be. They're not really meant to see each other again. They're not meant to be together again. And like in your head you're thinking, oh, maybe they'll just meet again. And I go, oh my god, no. There's a thing that forces them to be together again. Win gets pregnant with Bo's child. Where's my remote? Let's just turn my TV off because it's no. Win gets pregnant with Bo's child, so then she's like tells him, and then you see their friendship blossom, you see the banter blossom between them, but you also see the chemistry with them, and it's so good. I loved it, and I am just so happy that I'm rereading it because it is such a good book. I feel like the communication is top notch. Like they know how to communicate with each other, and I think that's especially the fact that like a lot of this book they're not a couple. They're literally just being friends, trying to work on becoming parents, and they have a good communication system. Like some people's communication will be crap, and it's not. So yeah, still 5 stars. But that is the end of this wrap up. Okay. We're back for the TBR time. TBR. And if I have done some fancy editing, which I hope I have, I'm joking. I'm trying out CapCut for editing, so it's very different to iMovie. I can do different fonts, and it's fun. So we'll see what happens. However, it is TBR time. I'm going to quickly show you the 3 books that I am definitely reading in the month of November, and then I'll do my TBR prompts. I think I'm going to pick 8, and there's a specific reason why. I'm doing a video for Bookmas of reading wrapped up books, and the thing is that I don't want to just pick from like 6 because it feels a bit naff. If I have 8, it feels a little bit more. Does that make sense? So the 3 books I'm definitely reading this is for the rereads video, and I'm going to be rereading Reckless after I finish Out on a Limb. I loved this book when I first read it. Why do you need charging already? I loved this book when I read it the first time, and I really want to read it again, so I can't wait. This is Theo and Winter's book. So Theo is Theo Silver, I think his friend. If I remember correctly, he is a really good friend of the Eaton brothers. Or is he? Is this how it's been a while? He is the guy at Rhett is kind of like training, I think it is. I will remember when I read the book. Anyway, I'm really excited for the book because Winter is also Summer's sister. So yeah, excited for this book. Cannot wait to get back into this one again. And then I've got 2 Christmas books to read in November. Feels a bit early, but also November's only a month before, so it's okay. First one is Good Spirits by B.K. Borison, especially after reading First Time Caller. I am so excited for this book. Cannot wait to get to know this. This is, from what I've got, it's kind of like the Christmas Carol, where the ghost of Christmas past comes and meets a girl and I guess fall in love. I'm intrigued to see what it's like. I cannot wait. This cover is gorgeous, and the sprayed edges. And I don't like sprayed edges much on the paperbacks usually, but this is cute and I love it. And I'm so excited. I have high hopes for this book, and I love that it's not too long. It's should be a nice, quick and easy book to read. So I'm excited. And then you've got Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace. This is the next one, the other Christmas book that I'm going to read. I don't know if I have high hopes for this because after Daydream, she's really let me down. I didn't mind Icebreaker. I loved Wildfire. Did not like Daydream. So I'm scared about this book, and I'm scared about if this is going to live up to my high hopes. But I don't actually have high hopes, which is good. Maybe I'm going in with low expectations. Maybe I'll actually end up really enjoying this because of that. But I try to read at least 2 Christmas books per year because I'm not really a person who can read for the season. Like, I will be reading. My plan for Christmas week and New Year's week is to read Alchemized. That's an 1,000-page book, and I've heard it's made people cry. And I'm like, yeah, that's my plan for the end of the year. I might not, but we'll see. But yeah, I really cannot wait to read this book as well. So they're the 3 books that I am definitely reading in the month of November. Now let's do my TBR prompts. Like I said, I'm going to pick 8 and hope my battery does not start to run out on me more. And we've got my little jar here. I need to, like I said, like I think I said last time, I need to put more in here, but I feel like I'm a bit chaotic today, so I do apologise. I think I've apologised so many times already in this video because of that, but okay, I feel like we got this last time, but a cosy cover. Okay. I need to turn my TBR card towards me rather than back towards me. Okay, so we got my TBR card, a cosy cover. Oh, I don't. My bed is slanted, so that's kind of cosy. I mean, I know one's calling up for me, but I don't think I want to put up my TBR. I'm trying to put not hardback books. I mean, I might have to because there's a certain book I hope to get to, but cozy cover. Okay, it's between Cinnamon Bun Store. The only reason I first left it is I'm scared because I did not like Pumpkin Spice Cafe. So that is a very cosy cover. Or I am Spark of the Everflame by Pencole, which I've got all the books. I've got this one, Glow of the Everflame, and Heat of the Everflame. But it's between these 2. But I feel like I would like to get this one off my TBR. So we're going to go with Cinnamon Bun Store. The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. Hopefully this will be better than the first book. Who knows? But I feel like it's time to read it because I bought it a year ago. And I know why I bought it when I bought it. Because I bought it... Was this a book? Yeah, it's the book I bought the day my granddad passed away. That's really... I should not be laughing at that. But he passed away in November, so I know it's been a year since I picked this book up. So... yeah, definitely want to read this one. Get this off my TBR. So, Cinnamon Bun Store. So that sniffle was not a nice one. You back on my TBR. Next one. I don't think you can read it. I don't do this, but I don't think anyone can ever read it. Instagram chooses my next read. Why do I put this in there when I know I don't want to wait for Instagram to choose it? Should I do something like this? But I could, no, I'm not going to do this one. I think I might even take this out and not do it because I keep doing it. And every time I get it, I'm like, I don't want to sit here and wait a few hours for someone to look on my Instagram. Because I could just do it to the first person who answers my Instagram I read what they tell me. But I'm like, no. So we need to pick up the next one. Come on, open. Okay, a fantasy book. I don't think it's a fantasy book. Oh, I've got a few options. We could do Spark of the Everflame. But I know what one I want to do, but wrapping it up is going to be hell. And I'm going to know it as soon as I get it. Guys, I'm not sure. We're gonna go with it. Diabound by Sable Sorensen. I did actually pick this up like last week when I did my 24 hours of reading. I read the first few chapters, but I was like, I don't feel like I want to read this right now, so for now I'm gonna put it down. But I do really want to read it. The premise of it sounds really fun. So Diabound. But I know that I need to get another hardback book in here, so I don't know which one it is. Because when I do the wrap up, because I would like to have a little bit of a surprise, and if that's the only hardback book, I imagine I'll know exactly what it is when I wrap it up. And I'm not wrapping up my whole TBR cart because there's too many of them. That's a lot of waste of wrapping paper. Okay, what's this one? Perfect. It's like my TBR cart knew what I wanted. A hardback book. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 options. 5 options. I'm not picking Alchemized Up. That's just no. That is not. Like I said, I'm planning to do that at Christmas. So no. It's between Quicksilver and When the Moon Hatched right now in my brain. Or even for 3 Lives of Kate K. No, I know what I'm gonna do. Let me just all gonna fall. We're gonna go with When the Moon Hatched because this is on my 25 books of 2025, and I would like to maybe try and get that off. So When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. I've had this for a while, and the paperback is now out, which is really annoying me, but it's fine. I think this is also Kindle Unlimited, so it'll make it easier. So I'm really hoping I maybe get this over Diabound. But I am excited. So we got another hardback. This has made it perfect for my reading wrapped up books series video now, because that's 2 hardback books. It's like my TBR jar was like, we know what you want, we're gonna give you this one. Okay, a really cute cover. You cannot read that. Why do I keep doing that? A really cute cover. Oh, I feel like this is subjective because everyone finds things cute. But I'm thinking maybe romance. I really need to actually look at the ones down here because I always forget about these ones, and then I don't read them. Look at one. Is this a cute cover? Would you say this is a cute cover? Because I really like the cover, but I don't really want to read that one right now, so. That's not a cute cover. This is difficult, guys. This is difficult. I don't really know. When you say a cute cover, what do you mean? Bye! Guys, this is difficult. Okay, I found a book that I'm going to use for a really cute cover, and it is Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. Again, I've had this on my TBR for a year, because I bought this after my Funny Girl audition, which was in November. So, yeah, Hello Stranger by Catherine Center is my 4th book on my TBR for November. Okay, time to pick prompt number 5. There's 2 here, I don't want one. Oh, it's a long one. I feel like it's a long one. Again, I'm showing you, but I don't know. A book featuring your favourite trope. Oh, I don't know. Oh, I do know. I do know. I think I do know. I think I do know, guys. We're going with Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. I love the arranged marriage trope, or like fake marriage, or marriage of convenience. The 3 of those match together in my brain. And I just think this book will fit the favourite trope type because I love it, but I don't read enough of it. And I feel like I've read so much fake dating, so much like enemies to lovers. I feel like it's more hate to lovers. But not read enough marriage of convenience / fake marriage / arranged marriage. Like, I know fake marriage is basically a fake relationship, but yeah, I just cannot wait to read this. This is the third, and I want to say final book of the Lakefront Billionaire series, but I don't know if it's a trilogy or if it's an actual longer series. So, yeah, I'm really excited for this book. I really did enjoy Love Unwritten, not as much as I loved Real Love Redesigned. That was my favourite book of last year. 6-star read. So, yeah. Cannot wait for this. This follows Lorenzo and Lily. We've seen snippets of them in I think both the other books, but at least the last book we saw snippets of them. So I cannot wait. And I think we saw Lorenzo. Was it Lorenzo? Was it? I don't know. We saw one of the characters in the 3 books in the final offer, but I can't remember which one it was. I think it was the one from the first book, but yeah, I'm excited. Okay, we got 3 more books to pick from. Okay, prompt number 6 is here. It says reread a favourite book. I feel like I could know. I'm not going to do this because I don't really want to do 3 rereads in a month. I'm not going to get rid of this one because it's just because I am currently doing rereads. I feel like as much as I love rereading favourite books, I don't want to do 3 rereads in a month. I would like to actually get stuff on my actual TBR. So I'll put that there so I can just don't get it at 10 today. Like, that sounds really fun, and that's really fun if, like, for example, I've got so many new books and, like, I'm not doing rereads at all. That's really fun to do, but not when I'm currently doing it, so don't need to do it. It's like, I can't open this one. Oh my god. Okay, you can't read it, I don't know what it is. A book you meant to read last year. Book I meant to read last year. I feel like I've read a lot of the ones I was meant to read last year now, but I know what one I'm putting on here because I've had it for a while. We're going to go with Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. I've been meaning to read this for a while. I haven't read a book of hers since Love on the Brain. And that's because I really did not like that book. And so I've been scared to read any more of her books, but she's released so many more since. And I feel like I need to give her another chance because I did really enjoy The Love Hypothesis. So, yeah, hopefully this book can redeem it. Or maybe I just need to try a completely different book of hers. So we've got 6 books, yeah? Yeah, 2 more. 2 more, guys. This feels longer than usual because I'm so used to doing 6 books for TBR. Okay, your favourite author? Oh god. I feel like they're already on there. Actually, yeah, that's a lie. They're not. I've got 2 to choose from, really. Well, 3 books to choose from, 2 authors to choose from. And it's between Elsie Silver and Anna Huang. Why can't I speak? Anna Huang. You know what I'm going to do? Because it would be nice to round off a series. So we're going to go with Wild Card by Elsie Silver. I really liked Wild Eyes, which is the 2nd book. Didn't hate Wild Side, just felt it gave me a bit of the ick at times. But actually really excited for this book. So we're going with Wild Card. One more TBR prompt, guys. And I need to make an apology of how messed up this video probably sounds and looks, and it's a bit all over the place. I have like 10 different clips of this video because I had to keep stopping it. Oh gosh. I'm not sure how I feel about this one. A book you regret buying. The thing is, I don't regret buying any books on this TBR, but I'm going to take it as a book I'm scared to read, even though I bought it. Actually, you know what I'm going to do, because I know I kind of do regret buying it, because I bought it at the hype of it, but now I'm like, don't know if I really want to read it. You Again by Kate Goldberg. Now, I love this cover, I really do. But I bought it because everyone was talking about it and because the cover, I gave it a hype, and also I love the cover. And then I heard negative reviews from a lot of my favourite booktubers, and I was like, oh, don't know if I want to read it. And then, I don't know, I just haven't wanted to pick it up. So, I'm putting this as the final book on my TBR. So, that is my 11 book TBR for November. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not going to get through all these 11 books. But some of these books will be picked. So I will be reading some of these books because we are doing, like I said, reading wrapped up books. So at least 2 of them will be unwrapped and read. But that is all my TBR. So we've got A Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Laurie Gilmore. We've got Direbound by Sable Sorensen. When the Moon Hatched by Sarah A. Parker. We have then got The Bodyguard by Catherine Center. We have Love Arranged by Lauren Asher. We've got Love Theoretically by Ali Hazelwood. That's a lot of loves. We've then got Wild Card by Elsie Silver. Why couldn't I think of the word? Wild Card by Elsie Silver and You Again by Kate Goldbeck, alongside Good Spirits by B.K. Borison, Holiday Ever After by Hannah Grace, and Reckless by Elsie Silver. So a couple of Elsie Silver books there. Anyway, I really do hope you've enjoyed this video. I'm sorry it's been a lot. You know, it's been very chaotic, and I'm very sorry about that. That is my personality at this current moment in time, and I would say I would just refilm it, but I don't have time. I'm being brutally honest here. I do not have time to sit and refilm it. But if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up, please comment down below, please subscribe, and I will see you again very soon with another video.